This is Gary Butterfield.
This is Cole Ross.
And this is Monster, my podcast.
And these are Storm Giants and the Verbeeg.
There's a monster in my podcast.
How the fuck does the Storm Giant eat with that? Like, he doesn't have lips.
No, he doesn't. Like, just his scalp extends down to his subnasal area, like straight down. I think to his shoulder.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like, it looks like a Halloween costume beard.
It really, really does. It looks like those beards that Autumn and Jala wore to our show.
Yeah. Just... And what does he do? This finger motion he's doing?
Yeah, if you didn't mention that, I was going to. Like, is he saying like two? Like, is he calling for scissors? I'm starving. Please bring me scissors to cut my beard.
Please allow me to eat soup. Like, it's very weird. Or he's just like saying goodbye to somebody he doesn't like that much. And it's all right.
No, he's throwing up deuces, like peace.
Oh, but it's like a sideways piece. It looks like he's waving somebody through like he's a parking lot attendant.
It's a very passive aggressive piece.
Yeah. And part of it's his hand on his hip thing. Look how the way this illustration, how deep it makes his torso look.
Oh, really? It does. Yeah, he's got a corset body too.
Yeah, it's very strange. Like, the artist, like, oh man, look, what way is his right knee bent? Like, this is a weird illustration that just gets weirder the more you look at it.
Well, no, Gary, think about this. Look at his belt buckle. I can't check how many pixels tall it is.
But please, for everybody listening to this, please check out that. First of all, forgive us for doing entirely visually based jokes in this part.
Sorry, but I mean, I hope
this is the 70th fucking giant we've talked about today, so give us a break, please.
No, his belt buckle is exactly as big as his head. At least the visible portion of his face. Or the visible
area of his face, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very strange. This is a very strange illustration for a very boring entry.
For sure, and especially because he's been built up, because most of the giants that we've encountered up to this point have measured themselves against the Storm Giants, which are basically just big humans.
They're just the biggest of the big humans.
Right. They're
that's their whole thing.
26 foot tall, 1,500 pounds, a good 7.5 tons. Like, that's respectable. That's good.
Mm-hmm. They're also like little miniature Zeuses.
Yes, they can throw lightning. They look like Zeus,
and they throw lightning bolts.
Right.
Instead of fucking rocks.
They're chaotic good, so like I can respect that. Individualistic, think of others, value life. Like, I'm down. But
yeah. It looks like they don't throw rocks too, which I appreciate.
Yes, because I don't need another 2 paragraphs about rock throwing.
Who thought that was that cool? Like, man, can you imagine you just run to a giant and he like throws a rock at you? What would you even do? Like somebody would just like print it. Like we got it covered for the next 15 pages of this book.
See, Control C, Control V. We got it.
Very, very weird.
Yeah. No, this. I don't know. Like it's just a dude, isn't it?
Pretty much, it's just a Zeus.
Yeah,
like it's a gigantic Zeus.
It's your run of the mill gigantic Zeus. They live off the land in the immediate vicinity of their lairs. Like, I don't know, the mire I go to is about like a 5-minute drive. Is that immediate to me?
Yeah.
Am I a storm giant?
You live with the mire, not off the mire.
Hey, Gygax. Am I a mire giant? Come on.
For every stick of butter you buy, you plant another in its stead.
Yeah. Oh God. I will plant a butter field. Yeah.
Oh, hey. More interesting are the Verbeeg.
Yes.
Who are just like cranky Danny DeVito characters, but big. Like, what Danny DeVito, instead of being 1 foot tall, he was 8 feet tall. And like, he was a real cranky boy.
Yeah. This is the only giant or giant kin who is insecure enough to require a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely clinging to his shield and spear like a cowardly Dark Souls player. The thighs on these people, Gary. The thighs
I think the thighs are part of why they're that muscular is in case they walk over you, you don't get like your kid who is out hanging out with you doesn't get exposed to a sex ed class before you're ready.
Yeah. So he doesn't have a life of inadequacy.
Yeah, just or like because there's lady versions of a lot of these giants. They only showed the one, and that set us off on an erotic tangent. The likes of which we'll never see again.
Why am I not cavernous?
Like someday, I wonder how many kids she's had. So these things, it's pretty boring for the whole thing.
They're the human behemoths. Like they're just big dudes
until the end, which is super weird. So they love flesh of all sorts, which is stupid. Like, peach flesh, like that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But then there's this whole thing about how they can kind of convince ogres and other kind of giants to fight for them. But they follow directions really shitty, which infuriates the Verbeeg, which it says, seeing a group in action can be hilarious if you're not their target. They hop back and forth from foot to foot, screaming insults at the befuddled giants that tower over them in height and size, as even the simplest instructions are misinterpreted by these denser humanoids.
Gary, the Verbeeg are Mo.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly it. Like they are just trying to get these other giants to do their bidding, and the other giants are stupid, like stooges.
Yep. Whoop 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 whoop
whoop whoop whoop whoop whoop.
Brought to you by our backers at patreon.com/DuckFeed.tv.